Well, so far, our bit rate seems to be pretty good.
Okay.
We'll see how things go.
Yes.
See if it manages to keep up. And where's my chat window? There's my chat window. VF says, yay!
Yay!
Now, the real question is, can you hear us? And are we lagging?
Yes, because the fan is still currently going.
Oh. That's the other thing. We have the AC's running. We have it on low. If the fan is too much, let us know.
Right.
Tommy Unfiltered. Cheap reviews. Oh my gosh.
Hey!
Dr. Ping. How's everyone doing tonight? Can you hear us? Can you see us? Are we glitchy?
VF says, indeed, can hear you. No lag. Well, that's always good.
Great.
Hey, Didiz. Greetings from Wisconsin. It says, they can hear us. Thank you so much, Didiz.
Awesome. And the AC's not too much? We don't mind sweating a little bit.
Speak for yourself.
Yay for Sundays. Woo!
Are you going to cold me? That's not very kind.
No, I wish it was that cold.
Not very kind. I'm trying to get my comments to cooperate. Haha, now I can see.
Oh
Now
my
I
god, we got
can
everyone
see.
now.
Bing,
Scott
bing,
Hash,
bing.
Stephen Lee. Futon's in the house.
Hey!
Mrs. is a little washed out. Well, we can turn the light off. We have the light right here on.
Is that better? I kind of think it is, but I also have glasses on. So
I like it because it's not glaring in my face.
that's always a bonus.
Oh.
I love you.
Let's see, hello from South Carolina, Timmy says. We can hear you fine. What did you do prior to being the Tool Bear? Dude, that is... so much. Well, when I was a little boy, anyway.
I dreamed of...
So, right before being the Tool Bear, I ran a tech company in Silicon Valley. But before that, I ran wire, and before that, I was in construction. So, I did about 15 years in the trade before moving over into gray-collar IT, and then management, and then, then finally retired from that and do this now. What AC? Well, I like that. That's awesome. I'm super happy you can't hear that, because that means we won't be sweating to death. Coming again. Now, here's the secret. You want to show them what we did so we have good internet?
Not really, but you're going to make me show them anyways.
Yeah. We went to the dark side.
How are they going to...
Just show them the back of it. With your Google.
With my googly eyes?
So...
Thank you for that.
As you all know, I'm a huge proponent of don't buy more than you need and that kind of stuff. And we've been, one of the ways, the other thing we always say is, and I learned this in business, is saving $100,000 is the same as making $100,000. You can either go and try and find more business, or you can spend less money. So we fully embrace that as a family. And we've been on AT&T. We moved over to Google Fi for the last year. And it was okay. It was actually pretty good in Livingston, which we thought of all places it wouldn't be. Everywhere else, especially when traveling, we had all sorts of issues with it, especially with data. And it got to the point where we had to realize, we're mobile half the year, we're doing stuff, and we need to be able to connect with you all. So we switched over to Verizon. And I swore years ago, like 15 years ago, I was like, I'm never using Verizon again. I was pissed at them, and I haven't used them since. Well, apparently they've changed a lot. They got rid of all the stupid contracts because they used to nickel and dime you for everything. Like they had me on a contract for the contract. They had me on a contract for the phone. They wanted to charge me an extra $5 a month to enable the GPS that was already built into my phone.
Right.
And I was so upset with them. Whoa, what do we got there?
Joe Mamba, $20. You're richer. One love. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That's so awesome.
I'm trying to see the icon. I am wearing
Looks
my
like
glasses.
a Santa hat.
It does look like a Santa hat. I'm loving it. Thank you so
thanks
much.
for start off the night right. I appreciate that. But anyway, we decided to bite the bullet and switch over to Verizon. Turns out their pricing's gotten a lot more competitive. They don't have any of the contracts you used to have. And they just have coverage almost everywhere. And where we were struggling for coverage before, we're running right now off a hotspot off of and yes, I got an iPhone. There's not going to be any shut up motos. Maybe shut up iPhone. I don't know. Shut up Apple.
It doesn't have the same ring, but
it doesn't. It doesn't have the same kind of joie de vivre to it. But it's my son talked me into it. He's like, well, the other kid, Duncan's got an Apple iPhone, and he was talking to the other kids, so they wanted to get iPhones. And then it was like, well, I've been thinking about buying another camera, but the phone that's in the iPhone is as good as most cameras that are out there for most of the stuff we shoot with. So we thought we'd try it and see if it lives up to its reputation. So far, I've been pretty happy with it. I wouldn't say for most people they need it for if you're not doing camera work and live streaming and all that kind of stuff, but if you're living mobile, kind of have to do it. Yeah. Anyway, Mike Adams says, I figured you might have wrapped the Cubs in aluminum foil and handed them coat hangers for a stronger signal.
We thought about it.
Don't think we didn't go there first.
Yep. Griffin, we would have had him up on the roof. Would have been great.
Yeah, we tried a lot of solutions. And, extra antennas and all sorts of stuff. And we looked into all sorts of different kind of things you could do. And at the end of the day, it was like, we want to make sure we've had enough screwed up, live streams. We wanted to have something with solid connection. So we decided to bite the bullet on it and do it right.
So, yep, we are hoping it works out well.
Yeah. Jim says, you guys still have a camper down by the lake? Yes, we do.
Mater.
Good evening, Clarice. Thought of you today, Mater. We were driving by my son's school, and the house across the street has got a Harley trike for sale.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Mike says, howdy, y'all. Got a copy on you. Coming in loud and proud. Thank you so much. Mark says, your talk on Don't Think Like a Pro is 100% on point. Thank you. I thought I was going to get a lot of hate for that. I got one negative comment, and everything else was just like people were agreeing and saying, we gotta communicate better to the younger folks so they learn to invest in themselves.
Just a teeny tiny reminder to hit the like button. I just did it, and I'm one that normally forgets.
David Cordless says, good evening. Just a reminder, type in at the Den of Tools. It'll show up literally like that. It'll show up as a big orange blob on our screen, and we'll read it. Everything else, we just assume you're talking to each other or something.
Yeah.
Addict says, I love my iPhone and Verizon. I gotta say, the call clarity has been great. We've been using the voice time, what do you call it? Not voice, FaceTime, right?
Yes.
We've been using that because, as I said, my son's already on iPhones. And I hate to say it, but that and the fact also, so I've been a long-time Google fan, and we had everything, all my work, all my videos, everything, we store all that on the Google Drive, which is in the cloud. It's also stored local, it's on our phone, and it's on Google Drive, so it's 3 different places. But the domain names that we own have all been, the mail side of that, the email side has all been hosted through Google for the last 10 or so years, because Google opened up about a decade ago their hosting service as a beta, and anybody who signed up got free, like 10 free email addresses or 50 or something. And I have half a dozen of these hosted legacy accounts that were grandfathered in as free. And they told us they were going to be free as long as they kept doing it. Well, now they said, no, we're not going to do it. They're going back on their word, and they're going to start charging us. And it's just, and it's not cheap. It's like $6 per email. And it's, we'd add up to $50-some a month just for email hosting. So
I shall return.
We're going to move that somewhere else, and we're still trying to figure out what we're going to do. So, you okay there? Dainty.
There's a little person. I can't get in.
Can't get the door open?
I think it might be locked.
iPhone is traded. I know. I feel terrible about going to the dark side there. Let's see here. Infernal Craftsman says, Evening all. The Flying Half says hi. Hey! And I love the Bauer SCT. Oh my gosh. So I was playing with that yesterday. And Duncan and I were using it today. That thing is fabulous. Talk about angry. You turn that thing up to 6, straight up Angry Beaver mode. Hold on. She's going to let the sunlight in. You can't come in the other door?
No.
Weird. Okay. No, everyone's traipsing through here. Say hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone. Hi.
Anyway, Di says, I love my Shut Up Moto ringtone. You should download it. I did. Somewhere I've got a link to it. We made a Shut Up Moto ringtone, and you could download it if you want. The one guy complained that since we're going to the iPhones, he's like, what am I going to do now? I've been trying to explain why I yell Shut Up Moto every time my wife's phone rings.
I think you should still just embrace it. That's just my
What's
personal
wrong?
opinion. Nothing. I was going to sit right there.
Mm-hmm. Come on in. Futon says, hate to say it, Verizon is the way to go. I've had AT&T and Sprint, now T-Mobile. For work, I've kept Verizon for my personal phone. It's by far the best network. Here's what I'll say. There are some areas where AT&T is as good as Verizon. There's some areas, well, like in Livingston. In Livingston, what?
Oh, in Livingston.
In Livingston it is. And there's some areas where T-Mobile is as good as Verizon, like where we lived in Newman. All right? There's just some areas where it works. But Verizon works everywhere. And I know this because for the past years, while we've been trying different carriers and stuff, let me see if I can move it out. You'll have to lean in if you want to be on screen. He's been on Verizon through his mom's account. Grandma's account. Someone's account. And and as such, we've been able to compare phone signals and clarity and stuff. And it's just always better.
Sorry, children are talking to me even though
Nope. You
we're
have to
live.
come lean in and say hi if you're going to have that.
Simply Andrew's Repair with a $2 super chat.
Hey.
What's up, guys? Is this my
Easy.
Hi.
Easy.
Eleanor.
Oh my gosh.
You should say hi.
You make everyone seasick there. Shake the camera. I love you, sweetie.
So thank you again for the super chat. Simply Andrew's Repair. Says, what's up, guys?
What year did you buy it? What year did you buy it? I don't know. We just drove by. We're talking about the trike that we saw for sale. Just saw it like an hour or so ago on the way down here. And I didn't have a chance to stop and look at it. But I'm probably going to swing by and look at it when I drop them off for school tomorrow.
And speaking of trikes, I hope that whoever was involved in the accident yesterday in town is okay.
Yeah. I wasn't going to bring it up, but
Sorry.
there was what looked like a bad accident. Somebody on a trike. It looks like they were like in a parking lot. This is my hope because there was a small parking lot and then a building, and it was in the building.
Yeah.
And my hope is they were just sitting there, went to throw it in reverse, and actually went in a drive, and they weren't like coming in at full speed and hit the building. But that might have been the case because there were a lot of ambulances, fire trucks, police cars, and it was a big deal. Richard says, has Harbor Freight fixed the wearing of battery and sockets on the Herc Sawzall yet? Sockets on the Sawzall. I don't know about the socket thing. The battery issue is that it's a brushed tool. Now they have the brushless out now, so the battery's gonna last longer. Hello from Rhode Island. Any chance we have great deals on Ryobi? Well, okay, since you're all here, let you in on a secret. Spring Black Friday is literally around the corner. First, second week of April, between April 1 and April 16th is when all the Spring Black Friday sales are going to hit. And you can rest assured there's going to be some Ryobi deals in there. Twisted Grip says, just wanted to give you a thank you all for the Bearcules reviews. Bearcules, that's a throwback. Nice. You've been around a while. And Info just grabbed a 12-inch slider and stand. It's a beast. Keep up the great content. Thank you so much. Madstork says, the chat box slowly on your computer, not typical on the Android app. The chat box only shows up on your computer, not typically. I think it's if you turn it sideways.
It shows up on the side.
It shows up on the side if you turn your phone sideways. Cheap Reviews. Hey everyone, remember to join us on Facebook. Speaking of Facebook, I'm currently locked out of Facebook. I did not do anything bad. I'm not in quote unquote Facebook jail, but I was transitioning to the new phone, and it just happened to be at the same time Facebook forced me to reset some information, and Facebook's like, well, you can log on here, but go to your phone and then agree or open the app there and then enter the numbers and stuff. And I'm like, well, I can't because it's a new install on my phone. It's really aggravating.
Yeah.
David says, have you heard if Ryobi Days is happening this year? It happens every year. It's going to happen this year, but it usually happens, I think, July, early August?
I can't remember.
I think so, yeah.
Chris Thornburg says, Denta Tools, best gas backup generator in your opinion. I love the Harbor Freight ones. Okay, the Predator ones. If you get the extended warranty on those things, 2 years, any problem, you just bring it in, set it down, they just give you a new one. It's great. But I will tell you this. If you go and you watch my last video I did on generators, there is a Champion, I think it's Champion, or is it Win? Not Win. I think it's a Champion. There's a generator, I can't remember which brand it is. It's a yellow one, I can picture it. But it's like a 4,500 for the price of a 3,000. It's ridiculous, the cost on this thing. And if I was... I don't see if you were looking in that size range. Now, when we bought a generator, we bought a 9,000 whole house generator. We got when we paid with our money, we bought the Harbor Freight Predator for that. We have a 3,500 Predator we tow with this. But if I was going to spend my own money on something, I don't know, that 4,500 though is kind of big. It's like any tool. You have to find the right size tool for the right size job. If you're like, I go tent camping and I just need a little bit of power, that's going to be overkill. If you need whole house, that might not be enough. Of course, you might be able to get two of them, hook them together.
Jackal GB says, good evening, Mr. and Mrs. Bear. Hope you are well. Hello. And Neil F. with the $6.66 super chat says, almost bought a Snappy box, but opted out.
Oh,
They
that was
almost
a close
got
thing. That's something I'll tell you. You know what? I said before, when Harbor Freight sent me the Icon box, and I said, I would never buy one of those. I said, they're great. I said, they're fantastic. But for the money, I wouldn't buy the Snap-on either. I wouldn't buy the Matco. I would get the U.S. General because it's a box that holds your tools. And I got rid of that box because, I wanted to try other things and stuff. I've got the box from Tecton right now, which is a great box. I miss that Icon box in the worst way. It was such a nice box. And the prices of Icon have come down so far. I might buy another one. Just with my own. I don't know. I might do it.
A number of people are chiming in about Champion.
Yes.
Says they are the yellow generators. They have one and they love it.
Well, Win is yellow also.
Okay.
Just devil's advocate anyway. What is this? Mad Stork 99. I love that.
I like it. Tony V says, is Satan running PayPal? No. $6.66 super chat is from our friend Neil F.
Yeah.
Did you just steal my soda? Got him in the riblets.
Parental. Yep.
Are you getting up?
Yes.
Just a bit.
Well, I was going to pan back to Mom if you're getting up.
Oh, yeah. I'll go sit back
Go
down.
do whatever you want.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Welcome.
Teenagers.
Yep.
Anyway, the one thing I have to say, first of all, Mad Stork had a comment, but I'm going to get to that. But the first thing I have to say about his username is just don't be mad. You don't want to live a life full of egrets.
Yeah, I'm married to this one. He's all mine. Y'all can't have him.
It's a law. Anyway, he says those Bauer hard plastic toolboxes are awesome, but nearly impossible to find. I got to. We've been working out of them here and stuff. We were just working on the car. What are you chuckling about?
I'm chuckling about that Dollar Tree video I saw.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, they've been great. The only problem is the latches. They got to work those things in when they're new. Trying to pop those latches to unlock it is a little hard.
A little.
Ben didn't do at the Den of Tools, but I'm going to read this message so it doesn't get lost. It says, "Hi from Australia. Thanks for the content over the years. I enjoy your videos, and I've been collecting USA-made hand tools based on your reviews. Ben, super glad that you have been following us. I am curious, just because I'm a dork, which part of Australia you are tuning in from. And thank you so much. It means a ton to us that, you know, the reviews and the content that we put out help you figure out what you want to get."
Come on, you're curious because you used to live in Perth.
I know, but we're not talking about me. It's not about me. It is
anyway,
about me. I'm a dork, and I just want
Jonathan asked, thought on Heart Tool. I like the Heart Tools. Now, they've sent me a bunch, but we've also bought a bunch.
Yeah.
And so, like, I'll do these experiments where I'll isolate a tool system and use it in that environment. So, like, in the shop, I have, like, all the tools. But at home, we only use Bauer tools. Well, on the road here, I only brought Hart tools. I got a Hart Impact, I got a Hart Drills, I got a Hart Saw, and a Hart Ratchet, and all Hart stuff. So, as far as power tools. And we were just using the Hart tools, and they work great. There's no regrets so far with the Hart stuff.
A number of people are saying when is orange.
Is it? Oh, you might be right.
When is orange?
It is.
Because your grinder, or your not your grinder, but
He's
your
all mine.
It's all this hair is fuzzing my...
Yep.
For those who are waiting, I've been waiting for spring. I wanted to do it on the...
I've been waiting, counting the hours, the
It's
minutes.
super... She hates it. She's like, it's so long. So tomorrow, I'm shaving the head, trimming the beard down. Maybe I'll do it live. That'd be fun.
That'd be awesome.
Join me in the shower.
A dude donated $10 through Super Chat. Says, "The promised beer," I think he means bear, "for pointing me to the Milwaukee deal. Installer drill and ratchet. Cheers."
Oh, that was a great deal,
Maybe
wasn't
it
it?
is beer. Maybe
Yeah.
the $10 is for beer. Thank you
Nice.
so much.
Oh. Let's see here. I may have missed it, but did you go to Verizon for Just Cell, or did you get their new LTE home set? No, we just got 4 phones because honestly, we got the top line. Well, for her and I, we got the top of the line service, and we got a downgraded version for the Cubs. But for me, it's between the two of us. I don't know if we're going to need home internet at this point. We just use the hotspot.
I think it's pronounced OL. O-L. $5 Super Chat. "I've been using the outdoor line from DeWalt. You did have a point about the DeWalt batteries, but buying the knockoff Amazon batteries just for lawn work."
You know, somebody else just asked me about that, and I've used the knockoff batteries before, and they're decent. You might have as good luck, if not better luck, buying gray market batteries like off of eBay. That way you're getting allegedly, what they are often is they're like, people will buy things that get them an extra battery and then they'll sell the battery, or there'll be returns and they'll take the battery out and they'll repackage them and sell them. That might be a better way to go than the knockoffs, because the knockoffs don't tend to have as much power and they don't have as good of thermal protection. But they're not bad. I've tested a lot of them. They've all been pretty decent, to be honest.
Wings and Pizza says, "Shear the beard live." Just so we're clear, we're not shaving all of the beard off.
No, there will be beard left. We're just shaving it down to the red part you can still see. Bullwinkle says, "I'm watching I'm watching recovery from hip replacement surgery. Oh, 14 days so far. Drove first time yesterday and had to have sushi. Oh, that's awesome. We should go get sushi this week.
Okay.
Well, sashimi.
Sashimi.
Yeah.
Yep. I was just
We're
having
keto
that same
right now.
thought.
If people haven't noticed, this is
No
my
one's
new
noticed because no one can see.
my new marking. So every day, I get a new hash.
I brand him with the new
I'm using my
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee marker because my biggest problem with dieting is I get busy, I'm out on the day, and I forget. Well, I have to reach through the window, or go through a drive-thru to get food, and it's right there.
Yeah.
So my hope is to have a whole arm covered in hash marks, and by the end of the year, be down to an appropriate weight.
Bullwinkle, I have not had hip replacement surgery, but I have had a number of other surgeries, and
So I got cut up on the sushi.
yeah, but recovery is a bummer. So
Be strong.
I'm super glad, and I mean the fact that you're driving, that's kind of amazing. Hope the sushi was amazing. Now, of course, I'm thinking, what did you get? The foodie in me.
Yeah.
And Ben did get back to me. He has family in Perth, but he lives on the East Coast near Albury in New South Wales. And what else we got going on?
I don't know. Steven says, can we take a minute and remember Stephen Doolittle?
Yes.
Is this someone I should remember?
We made her talked about him.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
We are really foggy today, so I apologize if we're a little not on that.
Why are we foggy?
Because we're getting older.
Yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Not because you went out and... Yep, anyway, it was all her fault last night. Any videos you see live from Boulder City last night, that wasn't us. Infernal Craftsman says, I didn't realize how popular the Bauer SCT was going to be until I saw the views going up on my review video. That reminds me, I need a link. So I'm going to post a video on it this week. So I'm going to link to your video in that. Because that is just a great tool. It is. It's just so solidly built too. Ricky says, does Mayfield cordless track saw, is it the best? If it's not, please explain. It's the most expensive as far as I know. I've heard lots of people tell me it's the best. I've seen a lot of videos saying it's the best. It might be the best. I don't know because I've never used one. I have used the Festool track saw. That thing is fantastic. I've used the Makita track saw, and that thing's really nice. I really like the like a real track saw. It's got the riving knife drop down, the good plunge kind of saw. I'm excited to see what Ryobi's saw is like. But I don't know if it's the best. That's just what everyone I've talked to who's used them has said. But anyway. Matt Stork says the coverage has to do with cell tower coverage, the hardware in the tower, and the agreement in the area between the carriers sharing connections. Echo Belkin says no Starlink. I did look into Starlink. The thing is, it's not made for portability. You can take it, you can move it, but it doesn't work everywhere because if they've got saturation in that market, they won't allow a new signal to move into that market. So we didn't want to risk it with that one. VF says, if you're still looking for some rust surface grader, I got some 4-foot 4x3 angles that are too thick for my flux. If you ever need, you're in Hintertucky, dude, email me, red@denatools.com. Let's make this happen. Frank says, I picked up 10 metric standard nut drivers from Tecton. I got $2.50 off per driver. Good day. Those are some nice nut drivers, aren't they? The Mike says, if you don't know your diesel, Jeff, I don't know your diesel experience, but if you don't have full pressure gauge, get one for your truck. Cost me $1,500 in parts because I didn't have one. Fuel pressure gauge. Really? I don't know if I've got fuel pressure gauge on there. I'll have to go through all the settings. I didn't really look. I was thinking about getting one of those diesel, computer things that tells you everything that's going on. Mark says, any experience with the wrench extenders a la Miller? I've not used wrench extenders. I've used pipes. I've seen those, but I've not used them. That's a good one that we should do a video on, is wrench extenders.
Mm-hmm.
What's up?
I have the last one.
Last what?
Can you put it down and we'll have a discussion when we're not live? Thank you. Thank you.
Richard says, no, my Herc 20-volt battery and receptacle on the Sawzall won't stay in contact anymore. That's interesting. Hey, do me a favor. If you got time, do a quick video of it on your phone and send it to me. It's red@dentatools.com. I would love to see what the problem is that you're having. Jackal says, would a Makita XRW01Z 18-volt 3/8 drive ratchet take care of most of my auto repair needs? Engine compartment, that's my 1/4-inch impact driver can't get to. Take care of most of my auto repair needs. I don't know. You gotta understand. So e-ratchets or cordless ratchets, whatever you want to call them, they don't have any takeoff power. Okay, so you gotta basically break it yourself, and then you run it and it spins it off. They're just for convenience, folks. They don't. The only one that actually has power that I've seen is the Cobalt, and if I'm not mistaken, you're overseas, so the Cobalt's not really going to be an option for you. So it'll be nice, but it's not going to have the kind of power an Impact has.
Barbecue 76 with a $5.76 super chat. You say, just to be clear, you're only shaving off the gray and leaving the red, so you'll have a partial mustache and some face fuzz. Barbecue 76.
I knew he was going there.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for the super chat. And Rick Barnes with a $3 super chat says, fist bump with my awesome pair exercise dude.
Yay!
Yeah.
Master says, sorry, I meant the tag box for tagging you a chat works on a computer. App doesn't show that it tags. Huh. Interesting.
Cheapy be good.
What is that?
2011 Kiva Hammer versus 2022.
Oh my gosh.
Says Mama Bear is on it with the cups. Yes.
Where did I go? I've lost my way.
Yes.
Richard says, I wish titanium would come with a non-flux core welder for a decent price. Any chance of that? They've got a whole bunch of. I mean, they just launched a multi-process welder. They've got a TIG welder. They've got a whole bunch of welders. Ricky says, do you think Milwaukee will bring out a track saw? I think they have to at this point. It's just stunning that they let Ryobi come out with one first. Maybe they're letting Ryobi test the waters. Here's the problem. Track saws have not been adopted as much or as well in the States as they have over in Europe. And there's a general assumption that Americans want table saws, not track saws. And I think that may be true 20 years ago. Maybe even 10 years ago. But I think with the internet, enough people now have seen what you can do with a track saw. They understood what a track saw is, but now they're all seeing it, and they're all like, oh, well, wait, that's pretty awesome. I want to do that. Go ahead.
Jason Blair with a $5 super chat. ISU Cyclones, Sweet 16. Not sure.
Iowa State Cyclones.
Okay, but what's the Sweet 16 part? That's correct.
Finals for basketball.
Speaking Swahili to me. Thank you for the $5 super chat.
This is a Hawkeye's house, just so you know. Trucker Dan says, win is orange. I'm correct. I can't hear you. Mater says, oh, Crystal Lynn Sky has 2 teenagers. Yeah, well, I'm about to. The 12-year-old is all set to be a teenager. Brad B said, I'm sorry, Brad. I just watched, just for fun last night, I was doing some work and I watched Malibu's Most Wanted, and all I can think is, B-Rad in the house. It says, just pulled the trigger on a 2 horsepower dust collector from Harbor Freight this weekend. That $200 price was too good to pass up with Inside Track. Those are decent machines, man, and a lot of great mods out there for them. I'm working here. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Barbecue 66 says, haven't seen him chime in yet, so I will say it for him. Chaka loves Ryobi.
Yes, that's true. Mm-hmm.
I've heard that.
Fred says, hey, Mrs. DeBear, I may be having a flare. I am super sorry. I am assuming that is in relation to your GI stuff, and I hope that you are feeling better soon.
Yeah. Matt Stork says, I was nicknamed after Ted Hendricks by my defensive coordinator, someone who played with him. Oh, wow, that's cool.
Wow.
Frank says, has anyone that won prizes during the Christmas party got the prize? My understanding was everyone got them.
Yes.
Is there anybody who didn't get them? Let's see here. Because I went through the whole list, and there were some people who didn't get it, who we contacted multiple times, and they never got back to us.
Yeah.
Ben Haynes says, I have family in Perth, but I live on the East Coast near Aubrey.
I read that.
Okay. And Jay says, hey, Bear and Mrs., I'm just about finished waiting for the Bauer Hercules track saw. What options do I have? Ryobi? I don't think there's going to be a track saw in Bauer or Hercules anytime soon. I think they'd like to have one. I think they're probably working on one, but I think it's down the line a ways. The Tom says, good evening. Crystalline Sky. Hey, Crystalline Sky says, I want Mater to keep his beard. He can't do to work. Oh, that's terrible. Levick says, I'll be shaving my beard finally after 4 months of keeping it. Time to get clean. Well, you know, I grew it out. The daughter wanted me to grow it out, so I said I'd try growing it out. And I have grown it out. But you know what? It's long enough. It gets in my eyeballs when I drive. I have the window down so and it's too much. It's too much. Are you going to start making videos on bike tools? When I get back to Livingston, probably around June-ish, I'm going to be doing a video with the local bike shop talking about bike tools. We didn't get a chance to do it before we left, so we'll have to do it then. Mike Adams says that $1,500 was for a new injection pump and new FOS lift pump because of low fuel pressure due to factory Delphi lift pumps kept burning out the injector pump. Ouch.
So he was saying we should get that checked.
Yeah. Fred says, Gag, doing the prep for tomorrow's colonoscopy. Oh. Mm.
Yeah. It's no fun. I just say keep at it. Anybody who's ever had a colonoscopy, I've had a number. I have Crohn's. I think most everybody knows. If you're new, I have Crohn's. Colonoscopies are actually not terrible. It's just the prep that's awful.
Mater's Workshop says, have you heard anything from Harbor Freight about the new Ghost Predator engines? Oh my gosh, you have no idea how happy I am that these things are out. I've known about this for over a year. But somebody I know who works there showed me some stuff but asked me not to share it. He's like, I'm just so excited. It's so cool. I had to share it with you because I knew you'd dig it. He's like, but you can't tell anybody.
So you were stuck with the curse.
So I was stuck. Yeah, I'm like, thanks. I get to sit here knowing this is awesome. I actually got sent videos of them in their parking lot racing go-karts around the office in their go-kart. So I knew those were coming out, and I couldn't tell anybody, but thank goodness they're out now. We can talk about them. Fur Crestwood says, in the past, I was iffy about power tools from Harbor Freight, but I have yet to be disappointed by a Bauer tool and don't think twice about buying them now. Harbor Freight has come a long way. I'll be honest, I was iffy about the Bauer stuff when it first came out. The Hercules stuff, I saw the specs, I understood where it came from and everything. I was pretty confident with the Hercules stuff. The Bauer stuff, has been great. It's held up just fine.
Wahawk says colonoscopy had to make it crappy. Yes, I did. But I'm bummed.
Thoughts on Amazon Basic wrenches? They work. They don't feel good. They don't have a great level of finish, but they will probably get most jobs done. And if that's all you can afford, then they'll probably do just fine. Just take care of them. Don't, don't just toss them around and stuff like that. Cheap reviews. Oh, we talked about that one. Richard says, "Okay, I'll have to do an unwrapping of the duct tape to be able to demonstrate."
You probably get a lot of views.
Yeah. All right.
Man, I feel blind.
I know, this getting old bit was not as advertised.
No.
And let's see here. Fake name says, really, I'm near Ames. We were just in Ames.
Yep.
When we drove through to Indiana, we spent the night in Ames.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Haven't been there in so long.
I think we actually really liked where we stayed, but I can't remember.
Yeah. Dr. Falcon says, hey guys, back from my Florida house hunting. Did you find anything? Anything cool? Can we come stay?
Yes, I actually recently went to Florida for the very first time. It was amazing.
Ed says, thank you for suggesting the hydraulic lift table. I use it all the time. It saves my back from lifting everything from the floor. Been the best thing I bought in a long time. They're fantastic. My only negative thing I have to say about them is I wish all four wheels were spin casters. I wish I could just put something on it and then rotate it on the spot so I could work on different parts of it. You can a little bit back and forth. You can do the same thing, and I've done it. You've seen the video with the Samsung washing machine where I did that. But I think when I get my shop set back up again, I'm gonna grind off the front wheels and weld on some casters or some swivels.
Just a reminder to everybody. I know it's hard to remember. Please type at the Den of Tools if you want us to read the message. We can't read every single one unless it says at the Den of Tools and then it pops out at us. So, like he said before,
We could, but we'll be here all night.
Right. No, but I mean, we assume you guys are talking to each other, which is totally cool.
Right there.
At the Den of Tools. I see a lot of messages and we just can't read them all. So, just a reminder.
Trigger Dan says Milwaukee's coming out with a track saw this year. I've heard that one before. Timothy says when you get over 50, track saw beats table saw with 3/4 sheets. It always has. It doesn't matter how old you are. As far as safety, it's just way better to use a track saw. Fake name Jones says most houses are both Iowa and ISU houses until they play each other. Jason says, sorry, couldn't help it. They just pulled it off against Wisconsin. I have Hawkeyes in my family too. I'm just having a laugh, man. Just having fun. Jackal JB says, thanks for the Makita drive wrench input. I was thinking I would have to use a regular ratchet to break the bolts too. Saved me $130. Awesome. John says, hey, Bear family. Hey.
Hello.
Halo Wolf says, nice to see the missus got back safe. Thank you, by the way, for you and your wife taking such good care of her when she was off traveling with the little Griff bear.
Yep. We had such a great time, and now I feel like there's 50 places that we all need to go visit together.
Yeah. Did you ever do that review?
No, because of the internet.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
We had a lot of issues, so yes, Mrs. Halen Wolf. It's coming shortly.
Brad said, I'm really excited to get it. Had to order it. My local store doesn't stock it normally, but I'm waiting. Also, when Malibu's Most Wanted came out, I was called B-Red quite a bit.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry. Darren says, do you guys know why they took the Hercules 20-volt multi-tool out of the lineup? Maybe replace it with a brushless one? Or the cord? You're talking about the corded one. I don't know. Maybe they changed manufacturers.
Barbecue 76 with a $2.76 super chat. By the way, Miss Bear, where is my bread? I haven't forgotten. I haven't forgotten either. I'm actually going to have access to a large kitchen in the next week or two, and it will go out. I did not forget.
You are?
Yeah.
Where?
I'm sorry, do I need to reveal my kitchen sources?
Apparently. Fred Hill says, Bear, Jeff, what whiskey do you recommend? I'm a bourbon drinker, and Woodford's Reserve is my favorite go-to everyday drinking kind of whiskey. Frank says, I want a Baton 3. I believe, and never heard anything besides the Bears info at the Den of Tools. Huh.
I didn't hear what you just said.
Because I talked to Olight, and they told me they all got sent out. I will check on that.
And I just happened to see through the comments, Halen Wolf's show is going to be coming back. Woot woot.
Whoa. XX says, what do you think about the rigid web drive vac full lifetime warranty? It's not a warranty. It's a lifetime service agreement. And Rigid has a long-standing tradition of doing everything they can to weasel out of it. I'm not a fan of Rigid because they don't 100% stand behind their warranty, which is weird because Milwaukee goes above and beyond when it comes to their warranty, and Ryobi is pretty decent about doing what their warranty says. But Rigid, I don't understand why, but if you go back and you watch the early days on this channel, I had all Rigid hardware. I mean, or in the tools. That's what I used because of the LSA. And then I did somebody told me to do some research on it, and I looked into it. It was a big, long, and deep rabbit hole, but there's enough people there having problems. And I get people every week. I get an email going, Rigid screwed me over. And it's too much.
He needs to move his leg.
The cheapest titanium welder is 209 flux core. Next is MIG at 450. Don't have that kind of money though. Well, there's the Chicago line, and have you looked at Yes Welders? When they've got some sales, I don't think they get that cheap though. They're in the 300. There was just recently a MIG Yes Welder that was a pretty good deal. Check out Deals of the Week, because I usually, if they have a good sale on Yes Welders, I throw them in there. And I'd put them up there in the titanium realm, if not even a little better.
John Gonzalez, I did see your message. It says, at the Den of Tools, Jesse, have you heard from Jelly Roll? I have not, and I have messaged him a couple times directly. And I have not heard that anyone else has. And I know technically it's Swiss Roll, but we're all good. I have not. So I have reached out, haven't heard back.
I haven't heard from him.
Dave Bias, $5 super chat. Is it just my imagination, or is DeWalt Tough System kind of dying off? Little offerings at brick and mortar.
Yeah, so they did the Tough System and the Tough System 2, and they're going in that professional, high-tier professional, trying to compete with Packout, and they can't compete at the Packout level. Packout just has too much. So people willing to spend that kind of money are going Packout, and people who don't want to spend that money are going with the cheaper systems. They're going with Rigid, or there's the new, now Hercules, not Hercules, but Harbor Freight has the system. If you guys don't know, the Harbor Freight system, if you're got a Menards in your area, they've got the same system in a different color. The Walmart system for the basic DIYer is a great system. It's got drawers, it's got small cabinet ones, it's great. Yeah, they used to do pretty well. I don't see them doing as much. Levick says, how long are you seeing in Vegas? We got to set up a car meet hangout soon. We do. We're going to be here until at least the end of May. Maybe a little bit into June. We're going to wait. The boy, this one who's hiding down here, is trying to talk me into going to Mexico for the Baja 500, which I'm okay with if we can make it happen. We'll see. Jeff looks a bit scruffy.
Yes.
No, I look way scruffy. This is ridiculous. Look how scruffy I look, like Santa Claus.
Not that he's hating on Santa Claus, because that would be wrong.
Mark says, is there any news about Ryobi releasing an 18-volt framing nailer? I have not heard anything specific, but I can't imagine that they're not going to. Honestly, I thought they had one, but I guess not. Crystalline Sky says, finally, Mater's Workshop thought it would come out about the same time you were shown the engine.
Terry, is it I can never say the last name. Rafferzetter? $2 super chat. What up, Bears? Miss y'all.
Oh, Terry, how you doing, man?
I know, and I feel like I just butchered your last name.
We always do. Sorry.
Yeah. Gary says, at the dinner tools, been some missed the show on Sunday. Snow was melting here, but got more snow to play in. I did make it to Harbor Freight to get the icon bit set. Is that, and it is small. Oh.
Yeah, were you the one who, somebody emailed me and said, it's a lot smaller than you think.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Fred says, I wonder if Hercules line is dying. No, it's just slow because they've gotten so much going on with the Bauer line, and there's only so many people to do the work. But their intent is to move everything that was in the what's the other line? What's the impact wrench called, Doug? Earthquake, thank you. All the electric earthquake stuff is moving over to Hercules. Hercules is going to be the professional contractor and mechanics line. They're coming out with some super high torque impact wrenches and a bunch of other stuff that I've seen. So, the Barbecue 76 says, not long ago you asked for ideas for your channel. I've said a bunch. At least one of you knows how to get a hold of me. So if you want to have ideas, let me know. Will do. Frank says, for colonoscopies, I start a liquid diet for days in advance, and that cleans you out. Matt Stork says, most major tool brands I have, except my DeWalt Jigsaw, has broken or started struggling, but the Harbor Freight stuff has mostly kept ticking. What do you think is the major hurdle for Harbor Freight now? Right now, it's they need to flesh out the Hercules line, and they need to have consistent stock. That's the biggest issue right now. Is people will buy into a line and there won't be batteries, and it's all part of the whole problem that everyone's having. So they need to work on it.
Wahawk says, let the girl cub braid the beard with beads.
That's what she's been wanting. Well, not the beads part, but she wanted me to grow it out so I could do like a big Viking braid.
Yeah, I kind of think that would be cool. You just have to train it. Like, basically, you'd have to not shave it now, and you'd have to start braiding it every single day.
Well, I can't, but at the sides I'd have to. I can't deal with this stuff blowing in my face.
To, like, cornrow it down.
Look at this. It reaches it's to my nose. Gary says, been some... Oh, you didn't miss anything last Sunday. We had such bad connection.
We really did, and we have really been struggling. So that is the other reason why we got Verizon.
Fred Hill says, I cut my beard off. Princess Jamie bought a Ford truck and a trailer.
So wait, is what he's saying that when you cut your beard that Princess Jamie's going to buy you a truck and a trailer?
That'd be awesome.
That's amazing.
She just
Princess Jamie, I miss you.
She could just give me her Jeep. That would be fine.
No.
Harbor Freight Hercules come out with a grease gun. I just did a video yesterday. The grease gun got leaked on the website, and it's coming out like right now.
Terry with another $2 super chat. Where are you all at? I've missed a lot.
We're at Lake Mead in our RV.
In Nevada.
Wait. I'll give you a sneak peek.
Oh, maybe you might be the neighbors. I don't...
What up? Oh, all you can see is brightness.
It's super bright. There's a sneak peek. It's bright outside right now.
It's bright. It's been really nice. We've had coyotes. We've had some beautiful moonrises over the lake.
Super beautiful.
I got some pictures I need to post. What else have we done? We got to do a drive of the Strip.
Yes.
We got to do that, and we thought about getting a hotel just to get out of the, because we talked about when we were coming down here. Well, I have this. If you know the right days to pick, like midweek, and which hotels and how to ask, I've often ended up getting like 2-3 room suites for the price of a regular room, and it's a great time to take the family down there, spread out and relax. You don't have to clean up after yourselves, and just have a fun, kind of cheap evening, just hanging out in the hotel room. And especially when there are these breathtaking suites that you can get for next to nothing.
Right.
So I thought, well, you know what? This next week we've been here a while. Let's go ahead and do that. So I went to look. Everything's sold out, and the
Like,
things that aren't sold out are
everything.
stupid expensive. Turns out it's spring break, and everyone's coming to Vegas.
For like the next 4 to 6
Yeah.
weeks. Because everybody's spring break is different.
Yeah, they don't all do it on the same week. Wohawk says spinal fusion surgery April 4th. Oh,
Ew.
brother,
Man.
we'll be praying for you.
Yes, absolutely.
If you need anything, let us know.
Yeah.
We'll DoorDash you some food.
Yeah. Mad Stork 91. Totally love the name. $5 super chat. Always love the content, especially the company history stuff. Gotta go for tonight. Take care and drive safe on the travels. Thank you so much.
Richard says that $450 MIG welder should be $300 to $350 in my opinion because it's 125 volt non-inverted. And Rick says best wet dry vac for the money. Honestly, I would have to say the Bauer one is. I've tested it. It beat the Rigid, which was considered best in class. The only thing I've seen that does anywhere close to it is the DeWalt, but the DeWalt is 2 or 3 times the cost. If somebody else can point out a vacuum that outperforms the Bauer, I would love to see it, but I haven't seen one yet.
Robert.
For the money.
Robert, who did not do At the Den of Tools, but I'm going to read it, says, out of curiosity, did Harbor Freight send you those socks they gave us employees for Appreciation Day? They did not, but perhaps because he has very large feet.
And I don't wear socks very often.
I do, Harbor Freight.
And when I do,
listening,
I wear like
socks.
big, thick, heavy-duty socks.
Yes, but no, we didn't. But now I'm kind of curious. I kind of want to see what these cool socks are.
Fred Hill says, can you believe here a house sold for $650,000, 1,200 square foot? Unbelievable. That's about par for the course.
He means
here.
1,200 square foot.
What did I say?
200.
Yeah, 1,200 square
Yeah.
foot. Sorry.
And Robert Alexander, I apologize. I read your message and then I saw that you did a super chat and repeated the message. $5 super chat.
Hey, it's Mr. Doughboy.
Hey!
Hey, how's it going? Long time no see.
Yes. Robert Alexander, thank you for the $5 super chat. And it says, I got 2 pairs of Harbor Freight fancy socks. Terry with the $5 super chat. RV Lake Mead. What'd I miss?
So we thought it was stupid to have a house down here and be paying rent and everything else because that was money just being thrown away. So we got rid of the house and we bought an RV. And so, because Duncan goes to high school, he's right there.
For clarification, he does not mean the house in Montana.
No.
'Cause for a hot second, I was like, we did what?
Yeah.
No.
We got rid of the house. We own the house in Montana.
Yeah.
The house in Vegas we were renting, and we just felt like we were throwing money away. Well, the first house got sold out from underneath us.
Yeah.
And then we're looking at it, we're just throwing money away. So we said, why not? We used to have, when we first moved to Vegas, we had a Class A, and we lived in that for 8 months, wasn't
9
it?
months.
9 months.
A lot of months.
And it wasn't bad except in the summer. The middle of summer was terrible. So we're like, well, we're going to be in Montana in the summer, so why don't we get an RV? We'll stay in it down there. And honestly, it's fantastic. We got a trailer rather than a Class A this time. Mm-hmm. We paid about the same that we paid for the Class A, but this has got way more livable space in it. We got a full bedroom up front. The kids have a full bedroom in the back with a slide out on their bedroom. The dogs got room inside. Everyone's got their own space and whatnot. And we're right. There's tons and tons of trails around here, and we brought some of the e-bikes with us, so the kids have ridden all over the place on the e-bikes.
And they've made some friends. It's the kind of thing where people come, stay for a little bit, and then leave. And then there's also a number of full-time people, meaning they are full-time on the road in their RVs with their families. And so it's kind of neat to meet other families that are doing a similar thing to us. They are homeschooling, they're doing something different. So it's great for the kids to make friends that are doing things different.
Oh yeah, the guy you were asleep. Just pulled in next door.
Mm-hmm.
Got a huge fifth wheel. We hear the motor start up. Back pops down. Rolls out in a brand new. It was a Polaris Razor. Duncan's asleep. Brand new Polaris Razor. Duncan, of course, we just went to saw the whole Mint 400 kind of thing, and the Polaris Razor is like dominating its class, and that's what everyone's using. So he wants one of those in the worst way. He freaked out. He's like, "Oh my gosh!" So the guy actually came over and talked to us and stuff. So anyway, really nice guy. He's gonna be here for 11 days.
Cool.
And he was here like a year ago for like 4 months.
Cool. So we'll get to pick his brain and
Yep.
stuff like that. It's also a really great way. I know I'm sort of a little sidebar, but it's a great way to like look at other people's solutions to RVing and what works for them, what doesn't work for them. There was also a family that was here literally for one day, and they had a trailer. What do you call it? Why can't I think of the word? The back opens.
Toy hauler.
Toy hauler. And it was kind of like a double, like it was higher. It was really cool. And I just said that it looked really cool, and they're like, "Come on over, take a look." And they had kids, and you know, it's great to hear other people's stories. They give you great suggestions about, "Hey, stop by, blah blah blah." Anyways.
It was a Class A toy hauler, which you don't see very often.
Yes.
All right, Cargill asked, "What's a good beginner bandsaw?" When Harbor Freight, either one of those are just fine. They're all about the same. I've had the Harbor Freight one. It's fantastic for what it is. And find a way to mount it. Like I've used it in a jaw horse, and I can set it vertically. I even built a little table to go on it, so I can use it for doing minor cuts and stuff like that. Get a good saw blade for it, and it just let the saw do the work. And it. I can't believe you can get that for $100. It's just ridiculous. You can get something that works as good as that does.
I have a couple super chats I missed because I was chatting.
Okay.
$2 super chat from Dave the Pious. Would it be possible to get a history of Makita?
Yes. That's a great idea.
Yes. Crystalline Sky. Hey, Crystal. And I think I just said your name wrong. I think it's Crystal Lynn, not Crystalline. Anyways, $5 super chat. Love the streams and info you put out. I'm interested in tools, just don't own a lot. Well, you're in the right place.
Well, you also know meters, so there's that.
Well, my thought was you don't really have to own them because somebody else, owns them, if you know what I mean. You can just borrow what you need. Sergio B with a $2 super chat. I love the cool pair. Doing a little thing. Yeah.
Mike says, I inherited an Armstrong Eliminator pass-through and half-inch drive ratchet socket. Your opinion on the brand? Only issues are all sockets are metric. Trying to get. I have some Armstrong stuff, and it's fantastic. And I remember when I got it at auction at a ranch that was I don't know if it was being sold or what. Anyway, I got a bunch of larger size ratchet or wrenches from them, and I was so impressed with the quality of them. I went to try and find them. They're owned by Apex these days, and it's a dead brand. They're not doing anything with it. So if you can find them, that's awesome. But they're no more. Fred says, I heard the Strip is back to wearing masks.
Nope.
Not when I was there.
I mean, it's mask optional, basically, everywhere.
And we talked about that.
Yeah.
Those
I
are
know.
strange-looking ossicones.
I know a number of people have commented I don't have my ossicones, I don't have my headgear. I am working on getting new headgear. We have had a lot of stuff with just getting set up here. I just don't have them yet. You are right. I feel headless, ossiconeless.
What is it?
Mater's Workshop has been a member for 24 months.
Woo!
And he says, she's already gotten into my tools. That's right. Because...
Hey. Family channel. Jeez.
Mater, love you. Crystalline, love you too.
Gary says, been some, missed the show Sundays. No, oh, that's what we talked about. Yeah, I said you didn't miss anything. Did I go backwards in time?
No.
Then I get the whole thing about Princess Jimmy. Yeah, something happened here.
No.
Nope. No. Yes. No.
No.
Maybe.
Stop questioning me.
Wings and Pizza says, your video this week about thinking like an owner spoke to me. Was in the process of ordering an icon setup and realized it was definitely an ego purchase and went in another direction. Awesome. That is great. You know, it's, as long as it works and it was the smart choice, and I know it sucks. You're like, I really want this thing. This is an awesome thing, but is it something that just to make me feel better? And can I do more with that money and be smarter with that money by doing something else? And that's awesome you were able to make that choice. Congratulations. That's stepping up to that next level.
Yep. Homily665, member for 29 months, says, this is the most practical and honest tool channel out there. Thank you so much, Homily665. And I would love to see updates on the house and how things are going. Thank you so much.
Calgal says, what's the best bench sander or bench saw, for beginners? When a good option? What about Harbor Freight? What's the best bench bandsaw? I'll be honest, for a long time I would say don't get a bench bandsaw, that they weren't any good. But I recently got the one from Tack Life. And Tack Life is not a reputable company, and like their customer service sucks. And if you get something bad, I mean, always buy it through. Like I bought it through Walmart online, knowing that if I had a problem, Walmart would take care of it. And honestly, it was great. It's a great bandsaw. I would recommend looking for a 10-inch rather over the 9-inch in any of those. The Harbor Freight, they have not updated theirs in a long time. I would avoid the Harbor Freight. I hate to say it, but the Tack Life, I think I paid like just over like $100 or something for it. It was insane how cheap it was. And it was like $100. I don't remember how much it was, but I remember being ridiculously cheap for what it was. So look into that. Check over on Walmart.com.
Wallhawk says, at the Den of Tools, time travel requires a flux capacitor of 1.21 gigawatts and 88 miles per hour. Did you do that? I don't think so. So, no time travel for
You
him.
don't know. Greg says, greetings from Omaha. Any idea when we might see a Herc router? I just did a video on it. I literally yesterday did a video. No, not yesterday, the day before yesterday. Did a video on it.
There's a video. He gets excited.
I don't know when it's coming out, but they leaked it. If you go and you look at the new Hercules router bits, there's a picture of a Herc router.
I thought you were talking about your video. I'm like, baby, you don't know when your video's coming out?
Frank says, I just remember that I also picked up the Tekton screwdriver bit set. That's pretty nice. I have that set, and I like that one. Wallhawk says, Jeff needs him some product. While it's sunny in Vegas and the RV, you should do more solar videos. Well, that's the funny thing, because the guy who just showed up next to us with the razor, he's in solar. So I already told him that we're going to get together, have a couple beers this week, and I'm going to pick his brain.
Nyatic River Woodcrafting with Chris Nealon. Probably butchered that. He is trying to get you in trouble. He says, does Mama Bear know how much Papa Bear spends on tools?
She's the CFO of the family. Is that Rose DeLynn Hillbilly? I picked up the little swivel ratchet yesterday from O'Reilly's. Love it. You're the second person who contacted me said they got that ratchet. That's a great little ratchet, isn't it? And I love that you can put it straight up and down and use it just like a screwdriver.
Yeah.
Jay Gifford says, I think Harbor Freight's big challenge is the store experience. I love the freight, but my store here in SoCal is abysmal, crowded, small, and the workers look like they got trampled. It is really store by store, and the older stores are tiny.
Yeah.
And they smell terrible, and and then the experience there is also based on the manager, whether the manager, pushes the employees to be customer friendly and that kind of stuff. I've been in some stores where people are like, yeah. I've been in other stores with people like, how you doing? We're so happy you're here today.
Yeah.
We're about to give you hugs practically. The newer stores are bigger, and they've been expanding. So most of the stores these days are the bigger, super stores, if you will. Fred says back surgery beginning of June. It's going to be between the L3 and the L4. Good grief, people. Everyone's getting surgeries.
Take care of yourselves and message us. Yeah. So we can pray for you and...
Yeah.
We'll get you through this. take care of you.
Wohawk says the friends who will be helping with German Shepherd are door dashers now. Gary says, sorry about my typing to do 2 things at the same time. Been so busy with work running 6 days a week. I can just imagine.
I totally understand. And Gary, I think you asked the question again about Swiss roll. I have not heard back from him. I did answer the question, but I think maybe you stepped away. I haven't heard back from him. I don't think anybody has. If anybody has, please let us know.
Didn't we check like his Twitch channel? And there was new content.
We did. It appeared like there was new content.
Maybe we upset him and doesn't want to talk to us.
What did you say to him?
I may have stolen his picnic basket.
Okay. Well, we may need to send a picnic basket or something.
Cal, you keep asking about the Win stuff. Here's what I'm going to say about the Win. Win makes some really good products. Like their oscillating spindle belt sander is fantastic. And I've heard great things about a lot of their other products. Their only issue is their customer service is non-existent practically. There's not a store you can take it to. And if you try to do warranty work, you have to ship it like back to Chicago or something like that. And if you've got something big like a bandsaw or something like that, it's going to cost you more to ship it than to just buy a new one. So when you buy from them, just assume you're buying without a warranty. And if it still makes sense for you, then it's great. I've often recommended a lot of the Win products. Anybody who's been around the channel knows that. I like the stuff that they make. It's basically on par with Harbor Freight, but even a little bit nicer in many of the cases. What's your take on Rigid's new addition to the 18-volt line? It seems like they're perpetually a day late. I think that they got too big for their britches and started challenging Milwaukee for power. And Milwaukee called the boss over at TTI, and they said, okay, we have to do something different with Rigid. And they're changing and going more towards subcompact in the new stuff. And I have a big issue with Rigid because they don't stand up and fully back their LSA. They use every kind of weasel tactic under the sun to get out of it. So that's my first major strike against them. And I used to be a huge Rigid fan, so I'm a fan bear from way back to them. The other thing is they've always been in search of an identity. They're that middle child. Like, we can't be the bargain basement the Ryobi is, and we can't be the king of the roost and have the full power like Milwaukee does. So what do? And their take was always supposed to be the LSA, but they don't back up the LSA. Honestly, I don't know how long Rigid's gonna be a thing. And they keep changing battery platforms. First they're going octane, now there's no octane. Now we're going to go subcompact. But I mean, look at that. If I want real subcompact, I'm going to go with Milwaukee 12 volt. If I want power and subcompact, if I want budget compact, I'm going to go Skill 12 volt. If I want, medium, I can go with the DeWalt. What do you call it? They've got their 12 volt and they've got the Atomic compact line. Makita's got a compact line. I just don't think I gotta move my arm. I just don't think Rigid's really got. They have an identity crisis. Oh, I get snuggled now. Great.
Just so people know you're online.
Yes. To boot, that house that's sold is 1970s. Yeah. Richard says, thanks for the Yes Welder info. Never heard of them. Turtle Pop says, what's your take on the Wera Joker wrenches? I got the 4-piece set off Amazon, and it's a bit pricey, but it's an awesome set to throw in the box. That's not true. I've played around with them at like trade shows and stuff, but I've never used them like extensively. I love the Wera screwdrivers. I was doing a job today, and I took my Wera screwdriver with me. I would love to get feedback from as many people as possible about the Joker wrenches because they look like a pretty good solution, and if they work as good as they look, then that'd be awesome. So I'd love some feedback. Chef Shade Tree says, Dentals, were you in Florida?
I was.
She went without me. Richard says, holy bears, they have 135 amp MIG welder for $179. Doesn't sound right. The Fred says full-time RVers are balling left and right. The dealer lots are filling up. Or bailing. Yeah, things are changing and whatnot. I don't know what's going on. The Breaker Free says, what camera do you use for live streams? It's an old Logitech. I can never remember the model number. It's got the silver faceplate. It sells for like $100, or at least it did back in the day.
Could we put it?
Huh?
Could we put a link somewhere, or do we not even?
I don't know when I could. I'll try and remember and
Okay.
add a link to it.
The answer's yeah. Okay.
There's better ones out. There's a new Logitech, the Brio. If I were to buy a new one, I would buy the Brio. Richard, email me at red@denatools.com. And Fred says, where's the ears?
I know. I don't have the ears.
Have you ever tried converting a big meat bandsaw for wood? No, we've talked about it on the channel.
Halen Wolf talked about, had some knowledge about that. So Halen, jump
Yeah,
in
he said
there.
it was kind of difficult to do.
Yeah.
And there was a lot more to it than you would think.
Right.
And Halen was a professional meat cutter, so he would know. Fred says, what's with the web chat XYZ?
I think he means somebody who's,
Oh, the person
yeah,
spamming?
yeah.
I don't know.
They're bored.
I don't know. Terry says, I now work for Texas Tech in the HVAC and maintenance. Love it. Benefits are great. That's awesome. Congratulations. Frank says, when the kids were young, we had a pop-up. And remember, a big trailer came in and had a big screen TV that popped out of the side, and everyone was down there watching the NASCAR race.
Yeah.
Yeah, we looked at some of those, thought about getting the one that's got a mount for the TV on the outside. We have a pretty big TV in here. We got a TV in our bedroom.
I think there is maybe a hookup thing for it outside, but I could be totally wrong.
I have a projector. I gotta find the power adapter. I've got this little thing from I think it's from Brookstone.
Yep.
I used to use it when I taught CCW classes. I would take this and use it for doing presentations. It worked pretty well. Wohawk, or a slingshot around the sun to reach time warp. There you go. That'll do it. The bear is way better guy than most of. That's for sure. Thank you so much. That was very nice of you to say. Jimmy says, I sold my Snap-on Epic and went Icon and put the other 10 grand back in there. I just read in the past month a bunch of posts about people saying they were doing that. That they sold their Snap-on, bought the Icon, and then put the rest in the bank. That's awesome. Congratulations for you.
Yes, I honestly feel like a cake should be baked.
John says, don't forget the plutonium and a DeLorean.
Yep.
Sergio, I just got the Hart 5-piece 20 volt for $99. They wouldn't go for the $50 deal, but still worth it. My new trunk tools. Thanks again, and see you in the clearance section. Thank you so much. Glad you were able to pick it up.
I will be so in the clearance section.
And Chef Shade, was it Chef? Yeah, Chef Shade Tree says, used a couple of my Harbor Freight, I can't talk today.
Yep.
Harbor Freight tools this week and made myself money. That's awesome. Fred says, I love Harbor Freight's wooden toolbox and the wooden workbench. I still haven't used the wooden toolbox. I know you like it. A bunch of other people really like it. The workbench is pretty nice when you get it assembled right.
Terry with the $2 super chat. Good night. Be safe. Love you, bears. Good night. Thank you again for the super chat.
He is passed out right over here.
Bella was passed out until 2 seconds ago when I just said that. And she's going to our bed.
You slinky little dog. The dog fell off our bed the other night. And there's not much room between the foot of the bed and the end of it. You have to turn sideways and kind of do this wiggle. And that's where she fell off. And it was a slow fall. I heard this wiggle, thump. And then she came slinking out totally embarrassed.
She's like, Dad, did you see that I did that?
She walked over, put her head on the seat right next to me, just sat there and looked up with her eyes like, I'm sorry. I need pets. You trying to show me something?
Mater's Workshop with a $2 super chat. What happened to the top of the hour shout outs to mods?
Oh.
I think we had so many issues with technical stuff that we have gotten off.
We're completely off of our game. Then and also we reduced the time. We used to do 4-hour live streams, and now we're down to 2 hours. And
right.
You're right.
Our mods are amazing.
By the way, if you have a moment, check out some of our mods because they have great channels. If Stephen Deswan, I don't know, does Stephen have much on his channel? He was doing some stuff for a while.
He was doing it pretty regularly, but I think it has slowed down.
Frank Landgraf, Wohawk, Mater's Workshop. Mater's got a lot of great stuff.
Got a lot of great content.
Go on and check them out and give them some love because we like to support the smaller creators who are trying to break through. I actually had drinks with a smaller creator yesterday and sat down and talked, and he asked if he could buy me a beer, and you'll be surprised what I'll do for a beer. No, and actually I picked up the check because I'm just happy to if I can. If you're in the area, by the way, if you're going to be around Boulder City, we're actually in Boulder City. If you're going to be in that area, let me know. We'd be happy to meet for drinks and talk and stuff. In fact, every Friday is the what do they call it? The gentleman's happy hour. Yeah,
professional something gentleman.
Indigent gentleman or something. It's something silly. Anyway.
But yeah, sometimes we aren't able to make it or make it work, but most of the time we really do try.
Yep.
And so it's really great to get we get to know you online, obviously, but it's also great to get to spend time with you in person.
And besides the mods, I also want to make sure we thank all of our members who are fantastic. That's everyone with the bear behind their name, and as well also everyone who supports us with the super chats. That's really awesome. We really appreciate the support. Where was I? The Mater's talking about tools in the garage. I love you too, Mama Bear. Like Papa Bear and the Cubs too. That was Crystal Lynn Skies and that.
Yay!
And Wohawk says had surgery 10 years ago, L4, L5. This time it's L3, L4. Good luck, man. I know those back surgeries are like rolling the dice.
Yep.
Let's see here. Where was I? I was somewhere. I'm sure I was there.
Kid Crazy says, "Hi guys, I'm new to the channel and I'm so glad I found your channel. Just wanted to say hi and that you're awesome. Thank you so much."
Thank you.
Just a reminder, if you do at the Den of Tools, we will make sure that we see it. I just happened to see it. But so glad you found us.
David G says, "Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Bear." Steven says, "About to start building out a 2-car garage. Opinion on Husky versus New Age cabinets or any other suggestions?" Husky's got some decent cabinets for the money. Really for the price when they go on sale. And you know what? Spring Black Friday in the next 2 weeks is going to be a thing, I think. The next 2 weeks? It should start April 1st. So I would hold off on buying cabinets till then and then just get... They're cabinets at the end of the day. Just find whatever works and is the best price and you like the look of. Which cordless brand is the best and why is it Makita? Can I answer that?
Yes.
You going to interrupt me again?
I will interrupt you. Thank you.
Which cordless is the... I like that question. I'm a big fan of Makita. But again, it's always, best tool for the job. The job changes.
Lay down, princess. You're okay. Lay down. I know.
Wait. Carson's Tool Channel says, Makita came out with a cordless TV. It's only out in Japan, but you can get it off of eBay. Oh my gosh.
Yep, I saw that. I was waiting for you to see that comment.
We're still waiting for a cordless pizza oven.
Yeah. Anthony Tony says, have a Las Vegas meetup. Give everyone an excuse to come to Vegas. Well, we have thought of that. We've played with that idea. It's just hard to find a venue. Excuse me. Lay down. Oh.
I think someone wants dinner.
I think so too, and I think she wants to go on a walk.
Griff! Sorry.
Sorry, that was really loud.
Yep. Feeling me this time. I see you.
It's okay.
Labradog would like to have a chat with you.
Yes, Labradog.
She would like din-dins. Come on.
Like, I want to go for a walk.
Super excited.
Yes. Michael says, I was able to get the Cobalt die grinder for $39 earlier today. Whoa. That's a steal. And Gary says we are all just getting older, and then years of working hard are catching up. It is like that, isn't it?
Mater was asking if he can put a link up to his channel. I think that he can.
As a
right?
mod, I think you should be able to put a link. Yeah, go on.
If you have issues with it, I know for a while mods were having difficulty doing that. So if you attempt it, Mater, and you can't, just let me know.
Fry Guy says, redoing the whole outside of my house. Glad I bought my materials in January. Garage door isn't going to be here until July. Good grief. And Fred Hill says, I heard that was unbearable.
Oh, good. Mater's Workshop was able to post a link. So,
awesome.
mods, I know we were having issues with that before. Go ahead and add your link so everyone can check you out. Mater's got awesome content.
Is she laying down or is she?
She's laying down, and he's going to go out for a little bit.
All right. Chef Shade Tree said, I did a video on a JobSmart toolkit. What do you think of that line of tools from TSC? Tractor Supply is what he's talking about. I did my video on the 324-piece tool. It's a well laid out setup. They're decent stuff. They're not like super high end. They're like medium grade Harbor Freight kind of tools. They're not bad. I've not really used them a ton, but you know, if you can get them, the thing is with Tractor Supplies, their prices are honestly a bit high when they go on sale and when they're decent. The real win at Tractor Supply is when they put stuff in the clearance section, because they just clear the snot out of things. I love going to Tractor Supply for the clearance section. Getting hot in Vegas yet? Now, the hottest we've seen so far is in the mid-70s. And that was one day. It's actually been a tad bit chilly, but it's still, you know, mid-March, is it? I think. I would expect 2 to 3 weeks we're going to see 80s degrees, then we're going to see 90s, and then 100s. David said, I picked up the 5-drawer green cart Harbor Freight, matches my creeper, Daytona jack, and titanium unlimited 200. Nice. And Dwayne says, happy Equinox.
I think it's...
Is it Equinox or Solstice?
It's Equinox, right?
I never figure the two out.
Excuse me, I feel like I just inhaled.
I think it is Equinox.
Yes.
All right. Anyway, I don't need to do that. Where was I? Where'd my chat window go?
I don't know. I'm feeling
There we
confused.
go. So that's your meth dog? Yes.
Somebody else mentioned that she has us pretty well trained.
The meth lab? Yes, she does.
Yes. Somebody else commented Equinox.
Ooh, cordless electric wok. That would be awesome. We do cordless stir fry.
I'm trying to envision how that...
You put a battery in it.
Jeffrey. Sounds amazing.
Wohawk says, my surgeon does a few of these a week on big guys like us. I trust most any doc at the U of I to cut me. Yeah, U of I's got some good stuff going on there. Thomas says, I bought the Husky 2-door, 1-drawer cabinet as my bedside table. I love it. Nice. And Reese Jones says, hello, love your channel. Thank you so much. David says, do you think they will offer other colors for the Daytona Jack stands to match Daytona? Yes, they definitely will. And Daughter Ross said moop. She says moop. Hey,
Moop.
Daughter Raw.
Hey!
She says moop.
I hope Ricky's feeling better.
Yeah. Fred says, really, it's hot starting in June?
It's hot right now.
No, it's not.
Clear.
No, it's not.
It's very hot.
But it gets hot in late April, May. Spring here lasts 2 to 4 weeks.
Shaka with the $2 super
Shaka,
chat.
there they are.
Ryobi tools are trash. I am shocked to hear this information, Shaka. Thank you for letting us know.
How else would we know if Shaka wasn't there?
We
to
would
tell
never
us?
know. We would be just lost. I don't know what I inhaled.
Well, Hawk says, thanks to you, I bought a motor this month. It works and the best battery life I've ever had. That is the
Yay.
one thing I missed with my new phone. It's a great phone, but the battery life sucks compared to the
Yep.
Moto. And JG says, my wife and I are going out to Lake Mead in our 30-foot Class C and bringing our Can-Am side by side. We should barbecue. Where do you recommend we camp at? We will be there in a week or so. Well, there's
Cool.
two sides. So we're in the village side, and this is it's like full hookups. There's showers. It's easy. The other side, a lot of it's dry camping. Some of it has water. There is a dump station you can pull up to, but not at each location.
And
But
there's no electrical.
but it's a lot more natural looking.
Mm-hmm.
There's trees everywhere. It's a lot more relaxed. If you're staying short term, I would stay over there. If you're going to stay long term, I would stay over here. But either
Well,
way,
and
you're
depending
right. You're just you're a short distance from the lake. It's a beautiful spot, so you can't really go wrong.
Yeah.
Mm.
I was going to say something else and I've already forgotten. Daughter of Ross says they think that Ricky has croup, might need to get checked for bronchitis.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Give Ricky a big hug from us. We love you, Ricky. Sorry, that was loud for everyone else.
Mater's Workshop says equinox is summer, solstice is winter.
But isn't there a summer? So I think it's summer, winter, and then spring and fall. Spring and
and
fall
equinox, summer, winter,
Yeah.
solstice.
Dunk.
Fred Hill says, where's that cordless Bauer coffee maker? I know, right? And
We just read that one.
what?
We just read
Yes. The Chaka, hallowed be his name, has spoken. Cody says, what's your opinion on the best dust collecting system for a smaller shop? For a smaller shop, my honest opinion would be a shop vac style. I call them all shop vacs, but a wet dry vac on a cart with a filter on it, like a 2-stage. Like Bauer makes one, a bunch of other people make them. You can make them yourself. Put it on wheels and move it to each workpiece. For a smaller shop, that's going to get you your best bang for the buck. Yeah, you'll have to move it and stuff, but you're not going to spend all the money running stuff and take up a ton of room with that. So that's what I do in my shop. Before I got rid of my shop, I have to get a new shop.
Yeah.
JG says thanks. Wolfie says they do make portable wood-fired pizza ovens. Yes, they do. The multifold. I've seen a whole bunch of them, and they actually make one that works with pellets for like a pellet grill. That is really intriguing. I'd like to play around with that one. Hey, LaShapa, Linda's here. How are you doing? Good evening. Hi.
Hey.
And Cody says, thank you very much. Jimmy says, gotta run. Video's done uploading. Enjoy being in the chat. That's awesome.
Awesome.
Good for you.
Multitasking.
And honestly, I think we gotta get going. I gotta get this one moved to bed. Hold on. Try not to get seasick while I do this. But I have to show you this.
That's 15. Hard at work.
Yeah. That teenager metabolism will get you, man. One
Yeah.
moment you're like, woo, woo, woo. Next moment you're like, thump.
Yeah.
So, have you had any feedback on titanium plasma machines at Harbor Freight? I've had several people respond to me who got them and said that they're fantastic and that they love them. In fact, I think, what's his name? His channel.
I was reading a comment.
Over in California. Mechanic. Friend of
Justin
ours.
Dow.
Justin Dow. Justin Dow has one. I think he loves it. Need to take my granddaughter home. Catch y'all later, Greg says.
JC.
You know, spring is coming, snow's melting, weight limits on roads, deer are moving armored and bears are coming out now. Yep. Amelie says, good night. Wolfie says that company does have a pellet oven too. Oh, I'll have to check it out. Although the problem is we're keto right now, so probably not the best choice for me.
Yeah.
Linda says, I picked up those Harbor Freight toolboxes, but they cost me $20 each rather than $10. And Steven says, Duncan, wake up and go to bed.
Yep.
Well, anyway, we're going to put him to bed, check on the dog and the other kids, and we're going to... I'm pretty tuckered out myself, so... Anyway, thanks again for joining us. Glad we made it through a whole live stream.
Yes, with us still being connected to you.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
We had to mortgage a kidney to get the service and the phones and stuff, but it's worth it, so...
The kids don't need kidneys.
Crystal Lynch guy says, I can't move my son if he falls asleep anyway. Yeah.
Yep.
I have to send like a drill sergeant and basically get him to stand up.
And then he's
like
what?
A zombie to the bed and then back in. Anyway, that's all we have for tonight. Thanks for joining us. You all take care. God bless. And as always, shine on.
That was a silly hand.
Yeah, it's a